Before I begin the review proper, I do want to say that WWE did a tremendous video package on the fallen soldiers that have paid the ultimate sacrifice since this country was first formed, all the way to now, to those that have paid the ultimate price, sacrificed their lives to defend our freedoms, to defend our values, done all this, and left their families behind and unfortunately did not return. All I can say is that I am so sorry. I thank every single one of you that has paid that price. I am so sorry to your families. I am so sorry to everybody that had to suffer. And, to those soldiers, men and women that passed on defending our freedoms, defending our values. So for that, I say thank you to everybody watching this. Please support the military, support the families of those who have who lost loved ones in the military, and also support those that have, that come back, that need our support and our love, because they do deserve that for sacrificing so much of their lives and so much of their health to defend this country. Now, let's start the review proper. One of the worst motherfucking episodes I've seen in my goddamn life. Now, I know I've said that a whole lot, but holy fucking shit, Raw was bad. And you can't tell me that it wasn't bad. Sure, okay, there were 2 decent to good matches or whatever. Okay, sure. But that doesn't mean that this show was good. This show was not good at all. It was, one, tasteless. Oh, they're hyping up Super Showdown in a vibrant, progressive country of Saudi Arabia. Yeah, fuck that bullshit. Not everybody in Saudi Arabia is a bad person, just the government. Granted, this government's pretty shit, but let's get on with this. We then have Paul and Brock backstage. They're, kind of talking about who Brock is going to cash in on. And then we get Kofi out there. And he references Dolph at first, but then says, I'm not here to talk about Dolph, except you are, Kofi, because you just did that. You did the thing that you weren't going to talk about, but that's okay. Nothing against Kofi. Kofi, great champion, doing well, despite the here and there creative. Hey, at least he's been booked like a pretty credible champion. I will say that much. So that's pretty goddamn nice. And then we get Rollins coming out with a typical promo. Okay, so Rollins comes out, talking to Kofi, hey, this kind of stuff, we don't want to wait. We want to find out, and not the Paula Cole song, I don't want to wait. We want to find out, hey, who is Brock going to cash in on? Brock comes out and has a boombox thing, and it's like, remixing the theme and stuff like that. Oh, he can just change the music on the fly. I guess Brock's boombox is synced up to whatever fucking music software they use. I don't know what this was. Brock was having fun. Okay, cool. Brock's getting his money. Cool. There were people entertained by this. Cool. I wasn't. I would have rather, eaten fucking glass than watch this part. Now, the only reason I stick around to watch this is I'm a wrestling fan and I want to see shit get better. And I admit that AEW wasn't perfect, and I know that this was a holiday episode, but I'm sorry, if this is how you follow up something and you don't even put any effort in to even get the crowd halfway invested, holy fucking shit, no wonder the ratings are falling. I mean, the ratings were really, really bad, and the ratings will probably be bad for this one because people are either on vacation or just don't fucking care to watch, which, to be fair, can you fucking blame them? I mean, there's a whole world of wrestling up there, and a whole world of wrestling over there in sides that you can't see, not in my room, but across, both sides of the country and the world. And, even south, even north, even in Canada, because I'm only about 75 miles from the Canadian border. There's tons of wrestling everywhere, and WWE's starting to lose their grip on stuff because Vince McMahon is basically Vern Gagne from the AWA, and later Vern Gagne. Not smart Vern Gagne, but later Vern Gagne, like the one that lost Hulk Hogan and everything. But then we get, like I said, the Brock Heyman thing and the boombox stuff, and okay, Brock looked like he was having fun, he's getting his money, cool. This was shit. I hated it. I fucking hated it. Oh, we need to have more fun in wrestling. People don't like fun. Look, I would not mind this if I actually gave a shit about Brock and if Brock actually gave a shit, but Brock has not cared for a number of years. In fact, he's having fun, great. I just didn't fucking care about this. And Heyman, I'm sick of him. I'm sick of this freaking bullfrog-looking motherfucker that needs to be off TV. Now, he is a smart guy. I think even he knows that he is beyond stale, and that Brock is beyond stale. This act is fucking terrible. This drugged the show down right away, but oh, it got worse. It got a lot worse. Because they're talking and everything. Seth got upset because Brock wasn't making it clear who he was going to face, and Seth left. Now, I don't know if it was legit, because Seth made appearances after this, but I don't know if Seth was legit pissed off, if they tried to make it a shoot or what, but it looked like Seth was pretty goddamn mad, and can you blame him? I can't fucking blame him, because this was fucking shit. It was absolutely terrible. And then you had you had more. You had Brock and Heyman and everything, and they leave, and then Ziggler attacks Kofi again. Hey, wild card rule, new era. Fuck the brand split. Seriously, fuck the goddamn brand split. Fuck your wild card rule. Vince, you should have gone to goddamn jail in the 90s. Or that limo. No, never mind. Moving on from that. You damn sure should have gone to jail in the 90s because maybe it would have set yourself straight. Because for fuck's sake, what in the world is this? I get hyping up matches and everything, and you only got, what, 12 days? No, about 11 days till Super Showdown. Which, by the way, is bigger than WrestleMania in a vibrant, progressive country. And that's what I gotta say about that. I have nothing against the good people in Saudi Arabia, but the government, now the government can suck on it. Oh wait, no, they would hack you to death or stone you to death for that if you tried to do that because they hate gay people and they hate women's rights. And don't tell me they don't, because they fucking do. And it's based on a religious, amount of bullshit in that religious book, which is just a storybook like all religious books. But anyway, I digress. Let's get on with this. Yeah, can you tell I'm upset? Oh yeah, so this whole thing, Kofi gets carried out, walked out and everything. And then Xavier and Ziggler end up brawling. There was no match 30 minutes in. Like, we had Ziggler and Xavier have basically a match, but it was mostly a brawl. It was absolute ridiculous. It was ridiculous because nobody's buying Ziggler. Ziggler was like, he cut a promo before, oh, it should have been me, it should have been me. I got nothing against a heel being upset that he didn't get the opportunity, but don't fucking tell me that Ziggler deserves this shot. They're only bringing him in because Owens didn't want to go. Now, I got nothing against Ziggler as a performer. He is a tremendous performer, but he has been stale since after his feud with The Miz. He's been stale for the last 2 years. Even his teaming with Drew was short-lived, because Drew was the star of that team. Him and Dolph worked well together, but Drew was the star of that team. Anyway, commentary was already fighting during this Ziggler-Xavier, brawl match thing, whatever. Not even calling any of the action, just fighting among themselves. If they don't stop having a 3-person commentary team on every single show, this includes NXT, this includes 205 Live. NXT UK is the only one that has 2, right? I mean, have they added anybody to Nigel and Vic? I hope not. That's perfect. 2 people. Make it better. Put Corey on SmackDown, stuff like that. And if you want to have a 3-person commentary team on Raw, have something better than this. Because Renee can be good, but she's not very good. She's just she's a soundbite machine, not a very good soundbite machine. Cole is an absolute atrocity on commentary. He is one of the worst wrestling commentators I have ever heard in my life. And yes, that covers a lot of goddamn ground. But as far as a mainstream, long-term guy, he is fucking terrible. He's been good on maybe 2 shows in the last 2 goddamn years. And by the way, why am I talking? Because this show had talking for the first hour plus. I'm not fucking kidding. Kofi comes down after a little bit, and he runs off Ziggler. So I guess Kofi's just perfectly fine, even though he's limping. He was just totally fine and able to run off Ziggler, who probably could have beaten his ass because Xavier was beaten down. But no, this booking makes no goddamn sense at all. And then, oh boy. The Ziggler then, cuts the promo, actually. I misread my notes. He cuts the promo. It should have been me. Oh, and AJ Styles will not be in the 4-way tonight. Baron Corbin will be in there. That's going to put some butts in the seats. Whew. Yeah, the show's out to a goddamn roaring start. Look, I don't mind Corbin the person. I don't think Corbin the person is bad. But they think that he's a top heel. They think he's any good. It's go-away heat, and it's not the good kind of go-away heat. It's not like, hey, I want to see this guy get his ass kicked. No, I just want to see him fucking go away. He's still wrestling in the TGI Friday stuff or appearing in the TGI Friday stuff. Stop having him do that. Give him some wrestling gear. I know he's sad torso Baron Corbin, but for God's sakes, would you just give him something else? But anyway, then WWE has a block party. It's the Uso block party. Everybody's there, literally every jobber. Apparently this is catering. It's the catering party and everything. EC3, they caught a shot of EC3. He looked done. I don't blame him. If I were EC3, I'd be regretting leaving. If I were him, I'd want to look into going to AEW. I don't know if Japan would take him, but God forbid at this point, I don't know if he should go back to Impact, but just there are options out there and he could be used. Or send him back down to NXT and have him do some stuff. For fuck's sake, you're using a ton of people that have talent, and there's also Kalisto there who has talent but is boring to me. And so many people could be used a whole lot better. And good. And then Triple H and Orton had a video package. Again, no wrestling here. I have been talking for nearly, you cut out the first, if you take the first minute out of the equation, because I did a tribute to the fallen and bless them and so terrible about, their ultimate sacrifice. But take that out. I have been talking for 9 minutes because that's all WWE did. Video packages or talking or brawls, no actual match. Triple H versus Orton for the first time ever in history of Evermore. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, and WWE doesn't either. This is taking place at Super Showdown, bigger than WrestleMania. Shane promo. We had no match for 45 minutes. No match. No match. He talks about Reigns' family, The Rock, Yokozuna, the Wild Samoans. He's not going to knock the Wild Samoans, and then proceeds to knock the Wild Samoans soon after. He he faces Lance Anoa'i, who apparently is legit. I actually had never heard of him. Apparently he has a Twitter account. He actually is a wrestler. Good on him, getting on TV and everything. He does kind of remind me of one of the Usos. And I mean, granted, he kind of has a similar style. Hopefully we get to see more from the guy. Maybe we get to see him on NXT and maybe he gets to be used better. I think it would have been better off having Sean Maluda come out there and have that happen, even though I think Sean Maluda deserves better. Would introduce him to a bigger audience. But anyway, we get nothing. We get this match between Shane and this guy. We get This Is Boring chants. We get This Is Boring chants when he's mentioning Reigns' family. We're not even an hour in, folks. This is what we're getting. And then Shane, Drew, and Lance Anoa'i, Von Erich. I mean, and I got nothing against Lance Anoa'i, and I hope I'm saying that right. But just what is this? What is this? This show was This show may have broken me. I might actually not be able to fully invest in Raw for the rest of the year. It's like WWE is trying to make their fans give up. I swear they're trying to make their fans give up. I mean, trying everything and trying to make stuff entertaining isn't bad, but WWE isn't able to do comedy right because Vince keeps, changing every goddamn thing. It was just, oh, good grief, it was bad. We then get AEW chants. Now, we got those a few times during the night, but this was pretty audible. Now, it didn't last long, and you knew it was coming because after Double or Nothing, which, by the way, wasn't a perfect show, but it was quite a home run. I will say that the show was a whole lot of fun. If you haven't had a chance to check out Double or Nothing, please do, or check out my review. Myself and the Derb did a review, and by the way, the Derb did the smart thing by hanging out with friends for Memorial Day instead of hanging out to watch wrestling. Otherwise, him and I probably would just be sitting like this and just wanting to go absolutely crazy. So yeah, we get This Is Awful chance. This was not good. And look, credit to Shane. He's trying to be a heel, but it's not even like, oh, I want to see this sweaty, dumb bastard get, his ass kicked. Nope, not really. I don't find a lot of heels compelling besides Joe and Owens. We then get Reigns attacking. Well, he first attacks Drew, then he attacks Shane a bit. And yeah, that happened. I don't know why this happened. Oh, wait, because Shane and Reigns are mainly on the plains and also facing off in Saudi Arabia. Brock and Heyman are back. It's like they just copy and pasted the first segment. I mean, it was so goddamn bad. Rollins is annoyed. Brock was mad at Heyman. Wait, what about the contract? Brock didn't realize that he had a year to cash in the briefcase, which, by the way, is legit because Brock has admitted he doesn't watch the product. I don't know if Brock necessarily is the big jerk that he seems to be. From what I've heard from some fans, apparently he's really nice, but this was, oh, goddamn atrocious. Oh, and then during this whole thing, because Rollins is annoyed, we have Truth and Carmella running through the crowd. The 24/7 title. Thanks, I hate it. And I don't mind fun, but this is not fun. This is not compelling TV. The answer to WWE's issues is not more championships. Giving the talent something to do is fine, but this isn't a championship worth fighting for. I mean, fucking hell, do random 6-person tag matches or whatever. Have occasional tournaments for, like, the crown to get a number one contender going for the U.S. title or Intercontinental title or something. Put teams together. Have like an 8-team tournament to determine who is going to face Hawkins and Ryder. Something. Where are the Viking Raiders, by the way? They have not been on Raw since, like, beating Hawkins and Ryder one week. I know that they went back down to NXT and relinquished the titles, but they're not on the TakeOver 25 card, which, by the way, is this Saturday. Did you know? I didn't fucking know. But yeah, Truth Revival and a bunch of jobbers or whatever. And I mean, Drake Maverick wiping out and everything. Look, I give him credit for trying to make this work. This is not going to work. It's like the Hardcore Championship was not really all that good outside of what Crash Holly did. Sorry, Drake Maverick is no Crash Holly. Drake Maverick is a damn good wrestler that deserves to be used better. And again, bless Truth and bless others for trying to make this work, but I don't like it. If others do, that's fine. We then get Styles and Corbin. We get Styles talking backstage with Charlie. Finally, Charlie is there. Looking amazing. Sarah Schreiber looked amazing. Caleb Braxton looked amazing. At least they were highlights of this show. But yeah, Styles is there. He felt a pop in his back or something. And then Corbin attacks him. Go away, Heat Corbin. Look, Baron is atrocious. He just is. He is just goddamn atrocious. We then finally get to a match. Holy fuck, it's the first match because, sorry, that's Shane versus Lance Von Erich and Hawaii does not count. Becky and Nikki Cross versus the Iconics. The Iconics, the women's tag team champions. Becky and Nikki. Okay, they teamed up in a 6-woman tag last week or something like that. I think it was last week. Last week or a couple weeks ago. Something like that. No TV entrances for Nikki or the Iconics. We get back after Becky has her entrance. The Iconics are in the ring. Nikki's already in the ring. Way to treat your tag team champions properly. And then it happened. It wasn't a bad match. It wasn't a great match. At least the women got the crowd kind of back into it. Becky got them back into it. Nikki got, got pretty over. The Iconics got some good heat, in the limited time that they had. But Peyton ends up being pinned by Becky. I guess it's called the manhandle slam or whatever, which, Jimmy Snuka was popular with that. Yeah, I'm just pretty much just being a giant asshole on this review as opposed to the happy-go-lucky individual I usually am because, again, this show broke me. Oh, God, it broke me. Lacey appears and is back to walking up and down the stage, or down the ramp and back up. Yeah, okay, then we get more Usos block party stuff. Tamina is still employed by the company. If you're shocked, so am I, and probably so is she. And Tamina got injured and is out for 6 more months. I'm kidding. I don't think she actually got injured. But I wouldn't be surprised. Also, all those women around a Snuka. Hopefully the stairs, are pretty far away. We then get the Revival. They still aren't going anywhere with, or anywhere compelling with this Revival Usos segment, or rivalry. Even though after weeks of being made fun of, the Revival beat the Usos, so you're thinking that the Revival should just be happy. But no, they aren't happy with just winning. I guess they want to humiliate the Usos also. We think of Ricochet versus Cesaro. It's rematch city, new era. Look, the match was better than last week's. It was this incredible uppercut that Cesaro hit. There were some good moves. It was a bit of a weird finish, but Ricochet got the victory. 50-50 booking. Cesaro's theme is hit and miss to me. I can see why people like it. But then the commentators mentioned that Rey is giving up the U.S. title next week because he's injured. Rey is not going to last very long. In fact, I think he has an out clause after 18 months, which puts him at about WrestleMania next year. And I think he should use that out clause. Because I don't think Rey's got that much left. He should have been just used part-time, not full-time. He doesn't have it in him to be a full-time competitor on a WWE schedule. Even if he's not working house shows, he just is working too much and getting injured. Joe then comes out and says he will take his title back next week. Okay, maybe they'll set up a tournament. Maybe they'll hang it from a ladder. Maybe they'll put in Elias's guitar, and the first person to break the guitar wins. Maybe they'll make the U.S. title like the 24/7 championship, an ugly monstrosity where everybody just does a tug-of-war and then eventually wins it. I don't know what they're going to do, and neither do they. I guarantee you this show was written very last minute. And probably some segments were being written as they went on. It really did feel like that. We then get Miz and Braun with a promo. Braun got his music cut off because apparently his promo was either so bad or they mistimed it or they just don't give a shit about Braun anymore. Miz with a very stilted promo, but then we get Braun versus Corbin versus Miz versus Lashley. 4-way contenders match, number 1 contenders match. That's supposed to be an elimination match. That was said very often by Michael Cole and even by other people on commentary, I believe. But for sure, Michael Cole. Elimination match. Now, at times it was good, at times it wasn't, and everything. You had Braun and Lashley, that if either of them won, they'd have to work twice in Saudi Arabia, and given how many people aren't going, they may end up having to do that anyway by being in the Battle Royal, so they might have to work 3 times. Nope, they won't, because they fight out on the floor and into the back, or, into the crowd and everything, which is such a great idea for 2 beefy guys to do that. All that beef! But then we get ow, that Vince impression really hurts. We then get Corbin and Miz battling. Miz winning this wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world because Miz versus Rollins would have been fine. Nope, Corbin wins. Okay, whatever. Get Corbin versus Rollins out of the way. Have Corbin lose. For the love of God, do not have Corbin win the Universal title. do not have Corbin win the Universal title in Saudi Arabia. Granted, Saudi Arabia won't care. The vast majority of people there don't care because they just stand up, walk around and everything, despite the fact they get all these plush seats while their camels are out there sitting, in the hot sun. Yeah, I'm going to be mean towards the fact Saudi Arabia is getting a show because guess what? It's just propaganda. That's all it fucking is. All it fucking is propaganda. It's bullshit. And then we get... It's not an elimination match, by the way, because Corbin is the first one to pin Miz and wins. So much for an elimination match. I mean, why would you say it's an elimination match if it's not? That actually might have made the match more interesting if it was just straight up 4-way, whatever. Corbin wins. But they promoted like it was an elimination match, and it was ridiculous. More Usos block party. Lars was on the pinata. On the ass of the pinata. And wasn't on the show this week. To be fair, I think this might be their way of burying Lars, because honestly, he hasn't had a match on TV or on pay-per-view since being called up. And since, coming back the night after Mania. And I know we've only had one pay-per-view since. But I think this is their attempt to start to bury Lars. Because let's be honest, the guy really isn't worth it. Even racist tirades aside, the bloom is off the rose on the guy. But racist tirades and everything. And stuff that he said even a few years ago, not exactly the best look. We then get more 24/7 shit where Truth is there. And then is like, wait, if you see Truth, he's not, or if you, our Truth isn't here. Truth isn't here. And then he almost gets rolled up and then doesn't, and then escapes somehow. And everybody's having a food fight. I don't know what to say with this. Firefly Funhouse. You can be anything you want to be. Can you be a better segment? Can you actually make Bray Wyatt, happen in the ring? Can you have him have a match? I mean, they have too many things going on and not enough things going on at the same time. They don't have enough compelling things going on. Apparently, the doll is in limbo. She doesn't want to be in limbo. Apparently, that means a giant spider is going to come out and attack a boy with cold white eyes. If you don't know what I mean, it's a great side-scrolling game that is absolutely frightening and scary, but fun, and also scary, but fun. And kids that were either kidnapped or something. There's a lot of shit. I know that the Firefly Funhouse, people are like, you don't like fun, you don't like stuff that's different. No, it's not that. I just don't find it interesting. I haven't found Bray Wyatt interesting for a while. He's dived into this character. I give him credit. Maybe it will turn my mind around, but it hasn't so far. Sure, the sinister turn. Cool. I just don't buy it. To me, it's not horrifying. At least, ooh, that's scary. It's all spoopy. No, it just isn't interesting to me. This review has gone on long enough. Let's get to this. Sammy's going to the electric chair because the Saudi Arabia government apparently couldn't get to him, so WWE says, hey, we're going to put him in the electric chair on Raw. Oh my God, Sami Zayn, a Muslim, going to the electric chair. I mean, it's an electric chair segment where he sits in an electric chair that apparently is the same one Abdullah the Butcher sat in at Chamber of Horrors at Halloween Havoc 1991. If you don't know what that match is, that's a good thing. It was a mess. Go watch it. You're going to hate it, but you'll love it. You'll also hate it. No question is off limits. This was more bad shit. And by the way, the whole 24/7 thing only being defended in the third hour, it happened more than before the third hour. Just saying. But no question is off limits. Of course, Sami Zayn, talking about some guy or whatever, like, when is your retirement or whatever, and he says, were your mother and father related? That's adorable. You think that guy knows who his father is. And then we get a kid talking about, what are your thoughts on the ginger snaps or something like that, Zayn and Becky as a team in Mixed Match Challenge. Sign that goddamn kid. That kid was the highlight of this goddamn segment. Because that kid gave zero fucks. Hire that goddamn kid. I don't know what you hire her for, but hire her for something. Because Kayla was even like, oh crap, I gotta get the mic away from her because she actually knows what the fuck she's talking about. Sami Zayn did have a line though about, well, you're American, so your healthcare probably sucks. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Sammy. And then Becky was brought up. Sarah Schreiber, by the way, is absolutely gorgeous. I will say that much. Rollins comes out because he's upset. But before that, Sami Zayn says, you could have asked me anything. You could have asked me about AEW. I mean, that's like fitting a square peg in a round hole. That's like trying to force every damn thing here. That was not a good idea to do that. Like, if you're, quoting the Vince Russo line once again, because I said in a rant that I posted earlier today, if you're number one, you don't even acknowledge number two. If WWE hadn't said AEW, they would have gotten shit for it. They were scared of him. If they mentioned him here, they were going to get shit for it. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. But I'm sorry, this just, that was so forced. And Sammy actually, see, I don't know if Sammy went off script or whatever, because Rollins came out soon after. They had some words, and then when they had a match, which wasn't a bad match, Rollins' knee was the main focus. I cringe every time I see Rollins kind of tweak his knee. I mean, he's just really, really good at selling, but sometimes it's hard to tell. Hopefully he's selling for the love of God. Please don't actually be hurt. We don't need a bad champion like Corbin to exist, or Lesnar to win the title. Lesnar, by the way, I guarantee you is going to win the Universal title and then cash in on Kofi and win the WWE title. And he's going to be Brocky 2 belts by the end of the night. And you know what's going to happen? It's going to be shit. And it's going to be shit. And if you think Brock holding 2 championships is a good idea, I really would like to know what you are drinking or smoking. And never give any to me. And don't, because I'm straight edge. But then, Kofi. Zayn hits a blue thunderbomb. Looks like he's about to get the victory. Nope, 1 stomp, but then a 2nd stomp. So Sami Zayn has been sent to the electric chair and curb stomped twice. Vince hates Muslim people. It's official. Though he did give Ali a win. But anyway, on SmackDown. But I'm sorry, it was fucking rotten. It was absolutely rotten. One of the worst Raws. And the thing is here's, again, 2 matches weren't that bad. Actually, all things considered, the matches weren't that bad. But that first hour was just killer. And the fact that they were shoving the whole Saudi Arabia thing down, even though they never mentioned where the fuck it was from, even though they've said the city of Jeddah other times, they didn't really mention where it was in, even though it's such a vibrant, progressive country. So yeah, poll up there. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Redland. Fuck this. I can't wait till AEW gets a TV deal. I just want competition. I just want an alternative. But guys, watch New Japan, watch a whole bunch of stuff, watch whatever you want. If you enjoy WWE, great. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, I'll see you soon.